This is Module 2, Lesson 7, where we are actually proving that two figures are congruent using a series of transformations. Very much like what we did in our last lesson. Now we're going to do a little more on grids. If we're dealing with this figure, this is prove figure ABCD is congruent to figure A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. Here's our pre-image because there's no tick marks on it. Step 1. Draw off your pre-image. And since this is on a grid, I would suggest that you draw off your axes too so you can tell where you are. Make sure you've got a good, clear indication of where the origin is. Let's draw off this. This is point A. This is point B. This is point C. Here is point D. There we are. Okay? Now, how can I get this over here? We have to be very careful with these letters to make sure that the letters match up. Otherwise, guys, we have not put it such that it is mapped onto the other figure. I need the A on the bottom and the B on the top, and here's our B and A. Here's a thought. What if we rotate this first? What did we do? We rotated that counterclockwise, didn't we? 90 degrees. Then we could move it up and the B goes on the B prime and the A goes on the A prime. Okay? So what have we done? We rotated, what did we rotate? A, B, C, D. We rotated square, or rectangle, right? Rectangle, A, B, C, D, 90 degrees, counterclockwise. What else we need to say about a rotation? We need to say what we rotated it around. We rotated it around the origin. Around the origin. Okay, so we rotated it 90 degrees counterclockwise around the origin. This is where it is now. Now what do I need to do to map this on top of here? I need to move it up, Donna. Well, let's see how many places we move it up. 1. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see my things below it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I've gone up 10. Let's make sure. Let's make sure indeed we've gone up 10. If we come to here, we're at -2 and we're bringing it up to 8. The difference here is 10. Now, why didn't I stop here? Because that puts B on A, doesn't it? I need to make sure B is on B prime. Okay, so all I've done now is I've translated it. Translate the image, because I'd created an image. Translate the image 10 units up. Now let's see if that proves that these two figures are indeed congruent. Let's just try them. Rotate it 90 degrees around the origin. 90 degrees is 1/4 turn. See, you've got your grid lines all set there. And then I'm going from -2 to 8. I'm going up 10 units. Perfect, that worked. I've proven them congruent by mapping them on top of each other. Now let's try this one. Let's see what we can do. First things first, we draw off the image. I'm trying to prove these two are congruent. Let's draw off 1. And let's make sure we've got our grid lines put on here so we know where they are. And let's draw off our figure. All right, this is figure 1. Now let's see, can I just rotate it and get that one over there on top of that? Let's try rotating it around the center. And let's line these back up here. No, those aren't on top of each other, are they? So that doesn't work. Okay, so rotation won't work. Okay. How about we do a reflection and see if it goes over? Let's reflect it over the x-axis. See, I'm lining the grid stuff back up. Then can I move it over? Nope, that doesn't work. How about we reflect it over the y-axis and move it down? Yeah, that works. Okay, so let's see. First off, we reflected it over the y-axis. What did we reflect? Figure 1. Reflect figure 1 over the y-axis. And then what do? We need to move these so they're on top of each other. This point's at -6. I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? I go down 6. Okay. Translate the figure down 6 units. Okay. And that puts those two on top of each other, and when you put them on top of each other and they're the same size and shape, you have proven that they are congruent. We have used a series of transformations, congruence transformations, rotations, reflections, and translations to prove figures congruent by mapping them on top of each other.